Hey everyone, welcome to another walk and talk vlog. Walking up this steep path right here up to a place with the family. My brother's visiting and haven't seen him in a little while, so it's good for the kids to see his uncle, see their uncle, for me to talk to my brother, and we're gonna be grilling some bread actually today on the barbecue up here. And a lot of you guys have been asking, for me to make videos on health, diet, nutrition, all these things, and it's not really something that I really speak much about to people in general, and since I don't do YouTube and social media that much, I haven't spoken about this stuff for a long time. Trust me guys, I'm not as out of shape as you think. This hill is much steeper than it looks. Okay, so here you see in the background the family. You see the dog, the co-star Simba. He's always gonna make a cameo in the vlogs. And I see the kids have picked up some hammers and saws. We're gonna have some fun. So yeah, diet, nutrition. Maybe we should get, my brother a little bit involved after he's played a little with the kids. Maybe he'll say a few words, because he's been a mystical creature and disappeared from social media like myself for a while, and I do see people asking about him all the time, and we'll see if we can get some words out of him afterwards. So yeah, here behind me you see this outdoor toilet where they built this shed with a hole where you can take a dump and it'll fall into a hole in the ground, and in there's a picture of the Norwegian king and Her Majesty, and you can take a dump while looking at our rulers essentially. So yeah, Norway's a monarchy. If you didn't know that, now you know. Yeah, nutrition. What am I doing nowadays for nutrition? I am not in the best spot nutrition wise for the last year. I've been eating a lot of processed foods compared to when I didn't eat processed foods. And for you guys who know my vlogs and who've seen my videos before, you know how much I enjoy food and how I enjoy unhealthy stuff, which is, part of the reason why I was very inspired to talk about this topic before, because I know how much of an addiction and a dependency we can create on those foods and these unhealthy things, because they are very addicting and very appealing, and we all, crave and want to eat these foods, but have to exercise willpower and have habits in place that prevent us from doing that. Otherwise we would just be eating crap all day long, every day, the whole year. So I have been doing a bit too much of the wrong foods, that's for sure, especially while working late in the recycling facility, etc. A lot of times I just went for convenience. A lot of times I would just fast and not eat the entire day, and then right before bed I'll just have whatever is in front of me, or just get one of these cinnamon rolls at the shop. Not sometimes, that happened a lot after work, and they are delicious. Wow. And in Norway it's kind of like the national dish, cinnamon rolls. And yeah, it's not been great, but at the same time it's not been horrible either. Like, my not great is not going to be like someone else's not great. Your amazing might be a lot more processed foods than my terrible, so to speak. So it's all very depending on where you set that limit for yourself and that bar. And so I wouldn't say I've been eating unhealthy, but way more unhealthy foods. And I don't really think about it too much. Yes, I do think about my health, but more importantly I think about my children's health, and we always make sure that they have the healthiest foods and the most unprocessed foods possible. And then, you know, as most of us parents do, I think, and it's not good, but we prioritize our children over ourselves in terms of health. And the correct thing would be to have a focus on a priority and an insistence on eating healthy every day for everyone, right? But that's not real life. We as adults, responsible adults, having a job, having all these pressures in life, stresses, responsibilities, we do you know, get emotional quite quickly, and we go for the decisions or the actions that are the easiest and will make us feel as good as possible in the shortest amount of time and give us that dopamine boost, which is obviously not a good thing, but it does happen a lot in everyday life for the vast majority of people, and I'm no exception. What's up? What happened? I think Catherine just spotted my dog picking up a log with some nails in them, which is kind of dangerous. Okay, so I'm gonna go here, see what they're doing. I'm not used to these one-take vlogs. I feel like they might get boring after a while, but maybe that's just me. Let me know what you guys think. So I'm gonna try not to show the kids on camera here, but Catherine is in the background there with something in her belly, or not the belly anymore. The creature has come out and has been born, and yeah, it's a beautiful life with a newborn baby. And the rest of the kids are here playing with their uncle. And Leo, do you think you want to come here and give a few, just show your face just to make sure that people believe me when I say that you're still alive?
Oh, I'm alive.
He is
Still
alive.
breathing.
He is breathing.
Breathing nice and fresh air right now, at least.
Yes. Yeah, before we burn the whole thing up.
Yeah, then it will not be as fresh anymore.
And watch out, kids. We're trying to
Göm dere så kommer jeg etterpå snart. Göm dere.
That's Norwegian for you guys. So Leo has quit his YouTube career, his social media career, and now he's a full-time One Piece anime watcher. Roro no Asoro. If you guys know any doctors out there who like One Piece other than Leo, then you let me know.
I need some friends. None of the doctors I work with like me.
Yeah, no wonder why. Hey, let's just talk a little bit. You know, the topic of this vlog is, I guess, a tiny bit of a health thing. You don't need to give any secrets of your dark, you know, witchcraft, witch doctor practices, but yeah, how's your health been? You know, people are maybe having some conspiracy theories that you just got, you know, destroyed by some sort of gut bacteria, and that's why you never appeared again, and they are not even sure if you're alive anymore. So I don't know. You look healthy to me.
Yeah, it's good editing.
Yeah. It's,
no, everything is well, you know. I've continued with my fitness, with my health. Focus is always a big part of life. I think health is definitely one of the biggest priorities after, well, together with family and good relationships and freedom to live life and explore your passions and your hobbies. So everything's good. I can't complain. It's a little bit tough with the night shifts in the hospital, where you have go in at 6 p.m. and finished at 9:30 a.m. the next day. But apart from that, it's all good. And luckily for me, I only have a few months left of that slavery job.
Yeah, that's it, guys. So now you've heard from Dr. Leo at last, after however many years it's been.
Yeah, it's been quite a few years, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, thank you for your little cameo, Leo. Now,
you're welcome.
Now go away.
Can I leave?
Yes, please. Nobody wants to see you anyway. Yeah, so that's my, I was gonna say big brother, but he's only bigger in size, not in muscles though, just in height. Yeah, always good and a pleasure to see him, connect with him. And now that we're all, you know, living in Norway, it's extra fun to meet up, and we get to meet up way more often than before, because before we were kind of spread around the world, living in different places. So now it's definitely good to have him and my parents, my sister, and my youngest brother close by. This hair is going crazy. Wow, look at that. Anyways, might have to cut that soon. Yeah, it's amazing to have everyone in one place. Like Leo said, family is one of the most important things. And again, when it comes to health and fitness and just living a good life, your emotional state, your mental state is going to be way more important than nutrition, what you're eating, how much you're exercising, how many reps you're doing, sets. It's all about family and connection and love, you know, being there for each other, being in each other's presence, really listening and sharing how you're feeling, your thoughts, your theories about life, the world, what's going on, and just having a connection is gonna do more for your health than any superfood, any type of diet that exists out there. And I remember when I was very focused on this topic on YouTube, a lot of people kept going on about the blue zones and you know, all these things, and everyone was so focused on the nutrition and having all these theories and debates about whether or not these blue zone populations were eating more fish, more meat, more vegetables, no animal foods at all, etc., while ignoring the fact that the commonality between all these places with good health and longevity was the social and emotional bond that people had to each other. And that's the most important thing, because at the end of the day, health is, you know, is pretty simple in its, you know, core. Of course, it's not really that simple, and things can happen unexpectedly, and it can be a nightmare and a very, very difficult challenge to figure out what's happening. But in general, in terms of solutions, it's pretty simple. It's you know, you can't go wrong, and you can never make a situation or your health worse by having a good spiritual practice and a close relationship and a good human bond and connection to other people, your family, your closest friends, and having an open heart, being yourself fully and expressing that authentic self to others and allowing others to do the same for you. That's going to go way further than anything else. And that's something that a lot of people, you know, ignore, or just feel like it can't be that simple, right? But it is a lot of times, and that is the most important thing and the simplest thing. Catherine is getting a little bit impatient right now. She's making a point that I forgot the firewood. Isn't there any firewood here? I got lighters, or I got matches. There you go. I was so focused on bringing you guys along that I forgot to bring the firewood. My apologies, Catherine. Yeah, I've not become a better husband since you last saw me, that's for sure. Anyway, at the end of the day, health, you know, the core message, the true solutions don't really sell very well, and so you don't really hear people focusing on that too much. It doesn't really sell to tell people that the solution is to eat whole foods and non-processed foods, and that's it. And that's like, with that information, you really don't need 1,000 videos a day, or you know, a year explaining what antioxidants are going to do for you, what kind of chemical processes every single food has or is theorized to have, as a lot of the nutrition science out there is very primitive and based on a lot of theories rather than, you know, truth, which is understandable with the limited tools and ways of studying we have. And so it's much easier to talk about all these hacks and solutions and things that are outside of the simplest things, which are essentially just having a good spiritual, emotional, personal relationship with others and eating whole foods like we're about to eat right now, right, Catherine? This is whole foods, right?
Yeah, homemade bread.
Whole food, plant-based. There you go. Homemade bread. So with that, you can get very far. And that's a 1 minute video, a 30-second video. You essentially say, avoid as much processed foods as possible, eat as much unprocessed whole foods as possible, and have a beautiful social life with an open heart and be of service to others and help each other. And that's it. That took me 30 seconds, and that's the only message needed for health recommendations and health advice, which is why I'm not passionate about this topic, because, you know, that is the main core message. I don't need to go into all the details because they are very unimportant compared to the general message of eating as much of the good stuff, as little of the bad stuff as possible, and taking care of your mental, emotional, and spiritual life. So yeah, Catherine's lighting up the fireplace. Kids are still running around. I think I'm gonna end this vlog right now. I hope you have been enjoying this, and I will see you very shortly in another walking and talking and playing around with this crazy dog very soon. Alright guys, peace out.